What's up, everybody? This is Joe, aka the Dentist, and I am bringing you episode 2 of Rage Quit Mondays. And we have with us, as usual, our buddy, co-partner.
Mr. Holiday Doc.
That's right.
What's up, everybody?
And
then a special guest.
That's right.
Special, like your mom tells you.
Hey now.
Mr. Midget King.
Hey. What's up, everybody?
So, what's up, man? We're no longer on a team. So, what you been doing?
Me? Literally, I've been scrimming pretty much every day, all day, trying to find a team. I'm going to Columbus either way, whether I'm just spectating or competing. I'd much rather be competing, but I'm definitely going.
Absolutely.
Yeah, let's not get started about that.
Joe, how is your debate with the wife on the C-Bus trip?
Yeah, she's...
I don't think it's much of a debate.
Midget's got it now.
Actually, can we get her on here? Can I confaggle with her on this topic right now?
Not right now. Maybe we can get her on. We'll get her on here in one of these episodes. I'll have to talk her into it. I tried to get her on the live stream last night, but she wasn't going for it. Yeah,
she wasn't down.
No, I was like, "Hey, Doc wants to talk to you," and she wasn't having anything to do with it.
She's like, "No,
yeah.
I'm not talking to Holiday Doc."
Yeah,
we were having our anniversary.
I've been trying, but I don't know. I was like, we can do all kinds of cool things in Columbus.
So why don't you fill everybody in? Fill everybody in so they kind of get the joke.
Yeah, so Doc has been wanting me to go to Columbus for the next MLG event, which is June 3rd through June 5th. However, my first wedding anniversary is June 5th. So,
dude, you're so screwed.
Yeah,
you're not getting out of that. I'm sorry.
No, so I've been trying to talk my wife into it, but it's not working.
Yeah, I can always hope, but being put in those same shoes, I don't think it would ever.
Your
fly.
wife would cut your balls off.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah,
I don't even think it would be an easy cutoff. It would just be.
She would make it slow and painful.
A vice grip, let them fall off naturally or something.
Like they do to hogs.
Yeah.
She's cool. She actually might go for it eventually, but as of right now, not looking good for me.
If she goes for it, she's the coolest wife in the world, and you can never, ever divorce that one.
That's true. She is pretty cool. She gives me all the gaming time I want and lets me splurge.
Well, that's partially in because of the work schedule and sleep schedule of her, correct?
A lot of it, yeah. I mean, she's a school teacher, so she is up bright and early, and she goes to bed early because of that. So I usually play at night, but she did let me splurge on a new setup. We bought a new desk, new monitor. I got a new Xbox today, so she lets me do all that stuff. Sounds funny, she lets me. But anybody that's not married, you'll find out someday. It is about her letting you.
You will find out.
Guess what I bought this weekend?
An Anza.
I don't want to guess.
No. A giant green screen.
Really?
So you bought a giant green sheet?
No, it's a green screen. Chroma key.
Did you get it from Walmart?
No, I had to order it online.
So you're going to be doing the weather and stuff, or what?
Holiday Doc here with the
Calgary weather. It's going to fucking snow.
It's going to snow. It's going to snow tomorrow. And, yep, Friday's looking like it's going to snow as well. So, you're pretty much set. No, I'm going to try to build a somewhat set, if you will. Now, I know it kind of sounds a little weird and lame, but essentially I want to have, a little desk and do
weather.
A TSN version of, my weekly highlights on teams, Team Fear, other teams, MLG events, anything I want to do, just have a creative outlet to actually put that source to. So I think a chroma key green screen will, bring a lot more cool videos to the event, sort of on my channel, I guess. But
I like that idea. It's innovative stuff that you don't see a lot of people doing, so that probably will be pretty cool. So wait, going back, what's TSN? That's Canadian ESPN?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, so
yeah, I didn't know that. I'll be honest.
I thought that's what it was. So anyway, let's move on. Big topic this week. You had a video. You are now the Team Fear coach.
Yes, I had a couple talkings with Moho, and we felt like my strategic knowledge of the game and ability to, correct, certain flaws would be beneficial to help Team Fear get back on track with their usual podium finishes. And a lot of people freaking got pissed with Team Fear because they didn't place in the top 8, the prize pool. But this is the first event that Team Fear has ever gone to where they haven't been on the podium.
They had a tough bracket too. You can't just count them out because of
Yeah.
it always just was the matches that they got hit at that time. I mean, it's not that they weren't a
They
top
didn't even
8
have
team.
a warm up.
I say it
They
wasn't
weren't allowed to get a warm up.
It's not that they weren't a top 8 team. It's just the way the bracket fell and the fact they had to play Envious that early in the losers bracket as well. It just sucked for them. They had a tough bracket. It was hard.
And they didn't get any warm up time on day of.
I heard that from a couple teams though as well.
Well, a lot
Same
of
thing from
teams actually
Envious.
a lot of teams did get warm up time though. So
I mean, I know Hastro was talking about how I think in your was it in your talk with
my
him
interview there, yeah.
that he said that they didn't get like any warm up time before Optic, which is crazy.
Yeah.
And people have got to realize that there is warm up to playing. Like, you got cold hands. You go into a game, you're gonna get shit on.
Yeah.
It really just there is a warm up period.
I definitely
and for
know
me personally,
exactly.
Yeah, for me personally, it's at least 15, 20 minutes of constant shooting, playing. Aiming down sight, shooting targets on the move, all that sort of things. Nade throws even, need a little bit of practice, tossing them and everything like that. But
Definitely, even those first couple scrims of the day. You throw that first
Yes,
nade, you're like, oh
always.
my god, what did I just do?
yeah, that didn't go anywhere where I wanted it to.
But it takes like you're right, like good three games before you actually feel extremely comfortable back in your normal shot and everything. So
So with Team Fear, some other people have actually also called me out on just doing it for publicity, and I think anybody who knows me that that's really not the case.
And honestly, I've seen those threads and those comments. It's not so much that they think that you're doing it for publicity; they think it's the other way around.
I don't. It doesn't even make sense to me,
Me
because
either.
Team Fear is a 10-year competitive franchise.
And not only that, it was a pretty quick decision on their part. It wasn't like they thought about it and they're like, oh, we could use him for, giving our tournament some more hype and everything. It was more like, hey, I was wondering if you guys would be interested in me coaching you, and then they were like, hell yeah. It wasn't like a huge debate on it. I mean, it's a smart move on their part. You're going to do well up there, I know that. Just playing with you for as long as I have, you know how to calm people down and steer everybody in the right direction, so.
Yeah, so, and then I guess that pushes us to the next question. I announced, right at the beginning of Black Ops, that Black Ops was my last competitive game that I was going to be playing as a player. And people are already, the private messages are coming in by the dozens. So, does this mean you quit playing? Are we ever going to see, gameplay footage again? I'm like, obviously I'm never going to just, oh my god, I'm never going to pick up that controller and shoot somebody. But I'm not going to take it to the level where, competition is the first agenda. And I already noticed that huge in Modern Warfare 2 when, work started to get really good for me outside of YouTube, outside of gaming and everything like that. And things are starting to finally click. The house, the car, everything is just kind of working. And then trying to fit in at least 25 hours to play with a team to make it successful just didn't work.
Yeah.
I could not fit that into my schedule and keep a team happy, keep a team on a regular play schedule, practice schedule, and all that. So,
Yeah.
I don't know.
So a lot of people, that may be listening may not know that there's a lot of time that goes into just even being a competitive game battles team. I mean, you can't just, get 4 guys together that are good players and
You can, but you're not going to be good.
right. You can, yeah, exactly. You can get the team together, but you're not going to win very often. You may win a few games here and there, but to be on a dedicated team that requires a lot of practice. I mean, we just started a new team maybe 2-3 weeks ago, and we scrim probably 4 hours a night every night, and that's all we do. So and we just started the GB stuff today actually. So it took us 3 weeks of going over strategy, watching theater films, breaking down our strats, and seeing what works and what didn't. And we're not even a professional team, or even trying to be competitive. We're not trying to be a top page team. We're just doing
And honestly, you went into more of it than most people even do. Like breaking down your gameplay, a lot of teams don't even do that.
Right.
And it's honestly it's required. Like if you want to be that competitive team,
If you want to be the top 3 team,
yeah, you're gonna have to put that much work into it. And that's what I don't think people understand is how much goes into it. They just expect to be good by playing a lot.
Right.
That'll lead me to this. What is my plan with Team Fear? Well, first thing they need to do is figure out their roster. And for the most part, rosters on Black Ops right now are fucking a joke.
Insane.
Nobody will stay on a team. Like, seriously, loyalty needs to be a part of who you are as a team.
It's getting bad.
What's the issues? What for people that
everybody thinks the grass is greener on the other side.
so it's just people jumping ship to join other teams.
Mm-hmm.
So they're
promises, sponsor promises is that, sponsors this, money that, money this. Well, is my trip going to get played? Is it not? Blah, 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 blah.
What makes me sad, though, is I've seen pro Halo players tweeting the fact that, they've been embarrassed to be part of their community every once in a while, but they've never seen it get as bad as it is in COD right now.
Yeah.
And that's insane.
Yeah. Look at the pro players that were throwing the racism on Twitter.
Yeah. I know those guys lost some followers over that, so.
Oh, yeah.
They lost some fan base.
So my objective with Team Fear is once we get the roster figured out, now I'm going to be sticking in on their regular, a couple hours a night, just listening and watching. And for me, I don't know what it is, but I've always had an ability to come up with an idea or a strategic part of the Call of Duty series that has always been able to put me one step ahead. And I think given, a couple weeks, we can definitely take Team Fear play and improve it a notch or even two, and then build on that. And then when we take that to events, having the guy behind you to essentially calm, tempers start to flare. And when things start to go bad, it takes one person to create a chain of events that is really hard to get out of. And we've seen this a couple times in our own games, Midget.
It's very true.
One guy will start just, oh my god, fucking bullshit, kill. And then two guys, oh my god, I know what you fucking mean. The only thing that should be coming out of your mouth during a competitive game is call-outs, where they are, where they're going.
It's very true. I mean, I don't think that a coaching aspect of Call of Duty is as in-depth as a Halo coach would be.
No.
But having that extra set of eyes, being able to watch what you're doing, and correct on the fly. And especially with somebody like you, who has that knowledge because you've played it. I mean, there's people out there who are, AKA self-proclaimed coaches, Boss Nasty, that don't
even say his name.
That don't have
I'm gonna bleep that out.
that same. Just that experience, but think that in theory they know what's going on, so they should be able to correct it. But in reality, they don't even know what they're talking about. So
plays look great on paper.
Yeah, exactly.
Are really hard to implement and keep 100% throughout the game.
Exactly, because no matter what plan you're going to make up, it's not going to go right. You're going to always have to go to plan B or C. I mean, it's just the way it is.
Yeah,
and you have to make plans up on the fly.
Yeah, we've been finding that out a lot. We have basic strategies for every map, and it's to the point where it's exactly that basic. You have a certain breakout for every map, and you have a certain spot to play when you are 3 down, 4 down. When you get 3 down, 4 down, where you're going to force respawns where you want them. But at the same time, everything's so fluid. People get killed, and you have to move and rotate. So even if you sit down and draw up, okay, if we play here, here, and here, they're going to spawn here every time, and we're going to hold them in a spawn trap, and we're going to win. Well, that doesn't happen. You're going to get killed. You're going to get naded. People, especially really good players have nades for every popular power spot on every map.
The nades are insane.
Yeah, they're ridiculous.
Speaking of nades, Mister didn't record our live stream games.
Yo,
There was a nade I threw last night on Havana. I threw it from 4-point over top into top of yellow window, and it landed in the hallway and killed Buddy.
okay. I'm gonna
Sick.
defend myself right now. In every possible team scrim that I run during the day, I never turn game recording on.
Why?
Because I just don't. I mean, some teams request it. I personally don't do it. I do record it on myself so that I have footage, but I usually don't because I'm not running with a team right now, especially. If I was
You don't
running
want
with
people creeping?
Well, yeah, well, you know the same thing that we've gone through. Even if I go into a game with a bunch of just random friends that I have, and I get pooped all over, kids go insane, and they like, oh, I'm posting this on YouTube. I don't care about that. I'm just trying to scrim and have fun with my friends, not really because I hate pubs so much now. But yeah, so I very rarely turn game recording on anymore.
That's it. That's why you got to be a Randy like me, and people don't care.
It really is insane how
what's your
much
GB
people
rank?
Yeah.
like.
Enough.
Oh, you play with Holiday Doc. Like, we just butt raped you. We're going to post it on YouTube and post it in the forums. Awesome. Good for you.
Yeah. Go get mocked as soon
Yeah.
as you post.
It's insane.
Yeah. Dude, everyone has bad games. That's the thing. Like, Midget's seen mine firsthand, so
We won't talk about it.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
everybody.
What was that, 9 and 26?
Yeah, see,
I said we weren't going to talk about it.
yeah, no,
I had to.
Dude, it happens to everyone. I mean, even the best
I
players.
rage quit it.
Yeah, even the best.
the other night.
Yeah, even the best players have bad games. It's just like any sport, technically. I mean, you can't expect to go out and dominate every game. It just doesn't happen.
I will
So-
say that's one thing I don't do. I never rage quit. I could be going like 1-30, and I would just be like, whatever. You guys destroyed me. Good for you. I won't
You have-
rage quit out of it.
no, okay. You are on a level where your connection may be bad at times, but you live in a country where 99% of the other people play in.
That's true.
Now I don't know what it is, but maybe Canada and U.S. like there's a filter where all the internets have to go through.
No, I
and
just
that's
don't like
what-
Canada.
that blocks it a little bit. But on paper, my connection, there should be no lag. There really should be no issue. I should be able to connect with people in goddamn, I don't know, the directly middle part of Asian continent. Like, we're talking right below Russia somewhere. Like, I should be able to get a decent connection to there based on what my connection is.
Yeah.
Dude, we're mad about your free healthcare.
Yeah.
Exactly. But
The thing is,
when I go into some scrims and or let's say a host just does not vibe well with me, literally I have to start shooting before, like, at least a couple seconds before the other guy even sees me to have a chance at getting the kill. And when that happens 30 times in a game, blink, off goes the Xbox or off goes the PS3, whatever the case may be.
yeah. Well,
But-
I mean, the thing is there's so many variables with connection. Upload, download, that's important, but your ping to ping to the host is what determines, how fast you're receiving that information. So, network congestion is probably the biggest problem that you'll face. At nighttime, my connection goes up to 30 down and 5 up, but right at peak time, I'm like 12 and 1. So, it's all about who's on the network and how the line quality is from you to whoever's hosting. And people, want to assume that if you have good download and upload, that you shouldn't have a problem with any host that you're playing on. But that's not the case.
You should always recommend to everybody around you in your town, just recommend satellite internet. You won't have that problem.
You know what you should do? Get this service.
It's the best service ever. Just don't get cable,
Yeah,
because you will take away from mine.
there you go. That would be awesome. Everyone else get off my lines.
Well, that's the thing with fiber optic is it's individualized to each house, so
I can't
I don't
find it
really-
anywhere that I ever lived, though. That
I
makes me so
don't have
angry.
to worry about any of that shit. When I was on Shaw Cable, I shared my connection with a possible 16 other people, so
Yeah,
no thanks.
yeah. I mean, that's all about what grid you're on. That's just and that can determine your connection if you get somebody that's just eating up the bandwidth.
Yeah, and I'm in a new housing development, so not many people have internet around here yet. So
Yeah, so
it's good for me.
Yeah, we went through this problem with Matt, and he never posted the video on the channel. We were gonna. He had a flag return where the guy returned the flag on Havana. It was right behind the bar, and he recorded it with his PVR as he's shooting the guy dead in his chest. As he's jumping, he follows him the whole way with his red dot, unloads his whole clip, and has to pull out his pistol and gets the kill. And so, we watch back in theater mode, which shows what the host was showing. He is a full second behind the guy until he finally kills him. Yeah, so...
Well, even with my host video, just look at that host video.
Exactly, yeah. It's insane how much host advantage. Everyone... I like the fact there's not stopping power because it doesn't, make you have to run that perk all the time. But when it takes that many bullets to kill people, it makes the connection issues that much more evident.
Mm-hmm.
So... Anyway, I want to go back to the Team Fear thing for a second because I want to ask you some questions about that. So what is the biggest problem that you think that they have right now outside of their roster problem? Yeah, outside of that. Because they had a lot. I don't know if everyone saw the videos, but they did have, last minute changes. They had been practicing with a guy for like a month, and he ended up not being able to get out to Dallas for the event, and they had to pick up a guy like a week
Which
before.
was who? Who was that they couldn't bring out to the event? Do you know?
I forget. They went through so many guys. I forget exactly.
Yeah, I don't remember.
I
don't remember the name either. I heard it, but I don't remember who it was.
Could have been Dito.
I'm not sure.
I don't remember.
But so what's the first thing that you're gonna address? What have you seen so far? I know you've been doing some live streams with them and live comms.
I did a live commentary on their live stream,
which was really good.
Yeah.
I was there.
And they were pretty much not losing against Obey. So I didn't see a lot of flaws that night. I wasn't really looking for him either, though.
Yeah, but they had Sharp there that night, too, and Sharp's gone.
Yeah, that's true. So, yeah, Sharp's already gone. So,
where'd Sharp
I don't know.
go?
I guess...
He went with Nate shot at, right?
Yeah, Nate shot
at No. He... Oh, did he?
I think so, didn't he?
I thought he... No, he went with Obey. No, Resistance. He went with the Resistance.
Oh, yeah, it was Resistance.
Who took second in Dallas, so I think I would be okay with being on that team.
Definitely.
Yeah. But there's that whole team switching thing.
Too many for me to keep track of.
I'd want to work on chemistry first. For a team to be good, I need to know where my 3 other teammates are going to be and where they always go at all times. If I can always count on somebody being specifically where they need to be, or where he's been almost assigned, it's gonna make my life a lot easier, because then I can float to my designated area a lot easier instead of picking up on the position that was left open all the time. So team chemistry first, and then I don't know. I'll see where we go from there. I didn't see anything wrong with the scrims they played the other night, so. It'll be different, I guess, when the 2 new guys hit the stage or hit the screens.
2 new guys yet?
We got a couple guys in mind. Nothing's nailed down. So I'd like to see Choppy come back. I thought he was pretty good player, and I think he left beforehand because he couldn't commit to actually going to the event. So I don't know what changed or something like that, but I don't know.
So while we're on the topic of the MLG Team Fear, let's talk about...
That was the only question you had? You said you had questions.
I said question. I had a question. I mean...
I thought you said questions, plural.
No, my bad. I just want to know where you're going to start and, what your plan was for that.
Well, actually, I guess where I'm going to start is I want the football coach headset. I want one of those.
The Motorola?
Yeah, the Motorola.
Somebody's wearing an earpiece.
Does that actually hook up to an Astro Mixamp?
I will make it work somehow. And I want the John Madden podium post thing.
Oh, like the clipboard?
Yes.
You get to draw. You want the thing to draw on the screen too?
I want an iPad. I want a wireless iPad that'll draw on the big screen behind me.
There you go.
Wired iPads? When did they make wired ones?
Wireless.
That's what he's giving you.
No.
So
never mind. Moving on.
So coming out of Dallas actually was David Vonderhaar. I guess he's a creative strategist or developer. whatever his title is. He seems to be
Treyarch.
he seems to be like the community manager because I never see anything from Josh Olin. All I see is from Vaughn. But coming out of Dallas, he went down there, was at the event, and he is talking about the possibility of an MLG playlist in Black Ops. That would be awesome.
Mm-hmm.
However,
I don't see it happening.
it doesn't appear that it's going to be a true MLG playlist if it happens.
Well, the thing that threw me off right away, that really kind of ticked me off, I go to the post he made on his forums talking about the MLG rules, and he starts talking about literally all of the MLG event rules.
Yeah, I think he was just being
headset and
facetious.
everything.
I think he was just being facetious.
He's
Yeah,
like, you
like
must
just-
have
yeah, just-
Astro Mix Amp to play on
And
this
then he
playlist.
yeah, and then
I think he was just
under
being
quotes
funny.
he's like, "We cannot enforce this.
I think he's
we
just
cannot
being funny.
enforce that. We cannot enforce this. People showing up late, we cannot enforce this." Like,
I think he was just
honestly,
being funny.
well, I don't think he was being funny because I think he might have done it for publicity. Let's get some more people interested in Black Ops and our customer support by blowing smoke up the MLG guy's ass.
Well,
Yeah. We'll work on an MLG playlist.
Well, here's the thing. So, reading, I tried to do some reading and see what I could find out. And it sounds like they can't restrict, according to the source code or whatever they're, the net coding or whatever, they can't restrict certain things out of each playlist. They can only do all or nothing. So, like for bare bones,
No,
yeah,
That's
bare
insane.
bones.
no. So
if you
for,
can
yeah,
do
but
it, it's
it's all
if
or
you can do
nothing.
it with that.
it's all or nothing. See, bare bones has no
No,
perks.
but you
no
can do it in a
attachments.
private. If you can do it in a private lobby or a private
you
match,
can't
why couldn't you do it on a public?
You can't restrict perks.
Yeah, you can.
It's all or nothing.
Custom class sets.
Yeah, and I think that there was an issue with that not being allowed for the playlist data.
That's stupid.
It can only happen for custom ammo.
I'm
That
sorry,
doesn't
that's
make
just
any
dumb
sense
for me.
Yeah, that doesn't make any
Well,
sense.
I
to
guess
me.
I'm not sure. I don't. He didn't get into a lot of it because it's all has to do with the coding
Yeah.
and programmer
I mean,
speed.
you read it. I mean, I don't read, so it's good.
So
I read all day long, so I don't have to do it when I come home.
So that brings the question in: would you guys rather see a MLG playlist that has just the map types? I mean, basically, it would be default. It would be a default setting playlist.
That's dumb. No,
It wouldn't be
I'd
MLG.
say nothing.
Yeah, just go play bare bones.
Yeah.
So I mean, the benefit is obviously that you can limit the map types. They can limit the map types. They can limit the game types, and they can change the rules for the game types. So for that, is that better than nothing, or would you guys rather just
No,
say,
because you'll still have kids, like I said with you earlier, Joe, talking about pubs. You'll still have those kids running around with their motion sensors and their claymores and just ruin it completely. And I wouldn't want that. I wouldn't want to even play in that.
That was my argument because me and Matt had this talk offline about he would rather have something rather than nothing. And my thing was if people can be an asshole, they'll be an asshole. You know, you could go by an honor system and say if you're playing
It's
in
not
this, if you're playing
It's
in this
not going to
playlist-
help any.
Yeah,
It won't help
if you're
at
playing
all.
in this playlist, you can only use lightweight, sleight of hand, steady aim, and ninja or marathon or whatever green perk you want to use outside of second chance. You'll still have kids playing Search and Destroy, running Warlord, throwing multiple nades, and just abusing the game mechanic because they can. Because people, like I said, if they can be an asshole, they'll be an asshole. I mean,
Well, 90%, well, I can't even say 90%. 98% of the gaming community on Black Ops isn't competitive. That's why. They
Yeah.
don't have that competitive mindset, so they're not going to play by the competitive rules. They're just going to try to
Yeah.
win and help their little stats online, you know? Everybody's
Right. But
all
do you
worried
think if-
about combat record.
do you think if they label and here's the other thing, this is another question that I had thought up, do you think that there's an issue with MLG allowing them to put a playlist in their game called MLG playlist?
No way.
Do you think
No,
it would
because
MLG
they do it
would
on
be the
Halo.
Yeah, MLG
I know-
would be the
I
first one to
agree.
be like, yeah, do it.
Yeah, they did
Yeah.
they did it on Halo, but do you think there'd be some sort of monetary issue? Do you think that MLG
No,
would
because look how much more people they'd possibly get to go to their events simply by adding.
Now,
a
well, I think what
MLG
Joe's trying to
playlist.
say is, do we know if they actually do pay rights for Halo to put an MLG playlist in?
I
Do
don't
they
think
pay
so. I
them to
don't
do
know.
that?
I have no
And that's the
idea.
thing. And I don't know, does Halo pay MLG to use that
That's
their
true.
settings, their
or
rule
vice
set?
versa. Yeah.
Yeah, because they're labeling it Major League Gaming's playlist.
Yeah, I'm not sure on that.
Yeah, so that was another question I had. But
Hmm.
so you guys want all or nothing, and I agree. I would rather have all or nothing because we've
Yeah.
waited for.
I wouldn't play it.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think any of the competitive players would play it.
Yeah,
Here's all we need. All we need for that to work is no kill streaks, no equipment.
they can. I think that they can make both of those
And-
happen. I think that maybe not no equipment. I think no kill streaks they can make happen. It's just the
Yeah.
perk settings and the equipment.
And like CTF, we just need a game. Like, put us into a CTF game. You know, obviously we're not going to be able to end it if it's a tie. Just move on to the next game. It's practice, anyways. It's not. I don't understand the big issue. Like, search and destroy, change the types, switch around every round. Pretty simple, pretty easy to do. Domination. Most people in scrims and practices don't play both sides anyways. So just do it once.
Yeah, and
It's
if there's a problem,
take OTM.
yeah, if there's a problem with CTF, just play overtime. Who cares?
Yeah, exactly.
What does
Just
it
do the
matter?
overtime.
Yeah, if you have to do it, just do it. I mean, who cares? So make it happen. But
Mhm.
but yeah, I mean I'm in the boat with you guys. I don't want a half-assed playlist
Yeah,
that people
they can't
can just
label it
abuse.
MLG playlist unless it's going to actually be the MLG playlist. That's
Yeah.
plain and simple.
Yeah, I agree with you. So
It can't be the kind of MLG playlist.
Sort of.
yeah,
Almost there, but
it's
not
default.
really.
It's default settings. So do you think
Pretty
that
much.
MLG should make a push or make a move for whoever's developing the next one, Modern Warfare 3? I don't know, Sledgehammer, whoever's in there doing it. They should
Absolutely.
They should make a push. I think they had
It's not like
Treyarch.
Sundance doesn't have the money. to
I mean,
like,
what does it take
push
to
around.
make a phone call and say, "Hey, you guys have these playlists"? I mean, and obviously part of it's on the community, but we don't know anything about these new company. What we've seen from Treyarch is, I would bet that the next Call of Duty made by Treyarch will have an MLG playlist at this point.
And a lot better LAN system.
Yeah, and see, and I don't know much about that.
See, I didn't think there was much of a problem with the LAN system in this one.
Well, it could be a lot better. Like, there should be a pre-lobby. There really should. There should be a lobby. Everybody can just join.
And there isn't.
I'm confused.
No.
Yeah. I'm confused on what that is.
Okay, so what happens in a LAN right now is whoever's creating the game creates the game, and it shows up in a giant list of available LAN joint games. As soon as you join that game, you just join into the game. Do you understand? So how they have it set right now is there's timers. So the timers are extended. You can put a 60-second timer so everybody gets in and on the right team first.
Oh, weird. I didn't know that at all.
So, yeah, so we need like pre-lobbies, obviously a pickup room. Everybody can just, hey, are we all ready? Yep. Start it.
Yeah, that would be nice.
Yeah, because I know like the Halo system is kind of just like the private match system in COD,
Mm-hmm.
where they go, they pick teams, and one Xbox actually hosts it, and they set the screen as they set up the match and then start it once everybody's ready. I didn't know there was like a timer. I didn't know that at all.
Yeah.
Weird. So midget,
Yes.
what's on your plate? What's next for you? Are you gonna search out a team, or are you just gonna pick out a
I'm
team?
literally I'm looking for a team.
And I'm trying to look for him. So,
yeah, and
'cause
Doc's
I
trying to
love-
help me out,
I love midget.
Whoa,
and
no
you
homo.
know, I can't fathom trying to put a team together right now.
Oh no.
There's no way.
So
And
you-
I've got so many people asking me, "Yo, are you going to start another new breed? Are you going to do that?" And I'm like, I can't do that. It's too far along, and you can't just start a team from scratch right now.
Well, what about Stills' team? Like, I know Stills is ready to get a PS3.
Yeah, he says he's getting one this week, but I just started scrimming with them. Like, I've scrimmed with him twice.
Yeah.
And I guess the first time I scrimmed with him, he was a little, like, he wanted Trig on the team because they've always been, playing together. And he didn't really give a thought about me being on the team. And I guess the other people on his team wanted the roster to be rather small. Well, I scrimmed with him this morning, and I was I was pooping on kids this morning. I was dropping 30s like with no problem, and we ended up scrimming some of Team Equinox at one point, and I was still on my game, and he was like, "Yo, I'm gonna send you an invite to the team." He's like, "So if you want to, you run with us for a little bit," and I was like, "Yeah." I said, "That's fine." On Xbox, I was like, "I'm still trying to find a PS3 team or just people to scrim with on PS3." I mean, it's even hard to find that anymore. You know, all the good teams are like, "Yo, let's do a team scrim," but you know, we only want to scrim the top teams. So it's even hard to find team scrims anymore on even PS3. So I said that's basically what I was looking for, is just some people to scrim with, or even just to get tryouts on any of the teams that are looking right now would be nice. But we'll see. We'll see what happens. Like I said, I'm going to Columbus either way. I'd much rather be competing, obviously, because I know if I go there, I'm going to be like, my God, I just want to be playing.
You're going to be Holiday Doc's personal assistant?
No.
Doc, can I get your coffee?
If I go and I spectate,
Sir?
I guarantee I'm probably drunk 90% of the time. So,
Yeah.
but if I'm competing, well, I'm still probably drunk 75% of the time. No, I'm kidding. Don't hold me to that. Any of the teams that are listening, but just think I'm going to show up drunk.
Yeah.
But
That'd be funny.
I mean, I seriously, I take my gaming seriously. I really do. I have for a while now, and you know, I wanna compete. You know.
Yeah, so what's your PSN ID if you want to throw that out there? Maybe you can get some people listening or watching this if Doc uploads. I don't know what the plan is, but if they're listening through Podbean, shout out your PSN, and if you guys want to scrim with Midget or get some pickups in, send him a message.
I say my PSN is NB as in New Breed _ Midget King. It's the same as my Xbox Live gamer tag, except instead of a space, there's an underscore. So
there you guys go.
pretty
if you
easy.
Want to get some team scrims on the PS3, or pick up scrims, I should say, with Midget, hit him up. And Doc, what else we got to talk about this week?
Uh,
How about the Carbon and the Psycho headsets and the grief I've been getting on my video?
Uh-oh. What'd you get grief about?
What kind of grief?
Like the sellout comments.
Oh, yeah. I saw some of those.
Hey, people need to get their fucking shit straight. Number one, I've had a lot of headsets thrown at me, some of which didn't even get a review. I didn't like them so much. And to automatically assume that I'm getting like paid big bucks from Psycho is a joke. I've not been paid a dime from Psycho. All I did was I got the same package that every other reviewer has got. Wired and Gadget all got the same package as me. They got one Krypton, one Carbon, and the stuff to make it work. So,
I mean, I could see them paying you a huge amount of money if you had the amount of followers like Woody's gamertag. If you had millions, like over 1 million subscribers, then yeah, I could see them paying you that kind of money. But they just know that you're into the competitive scene.
and that's what the headset is for. Is
Yeah,
for like
it's
the competitive.
competitive.
It's not a casual headset at all.
It was
Nobody's gonna
another
go-
outlet for them to get reviews,
Yeah.
and that's what it is.
I thought
So
I
people
watched the
can-
video. I didn't see a lot of comments. I watched the video, right towards the beginning of when you put it out, so I didn't get to see a whole lot of the comments of what people said. But I thought you gave it a fair review, and it was pretty much in line with what Matt had told me, because Matt Lloyd Milligan, the other guy that's usually here, he's out this week, but he picked up the headset. His HPA2 is actually broke.
early.
What?
Got it early somehow.
Yeah, he did get it early. He ordered it from Amazon. He got it the day it was released. So I guess that's how. I don't know. I don't order a lot of stuff off Amazon. I guess they ship it on the release day, or they ship it so you receive it on the release day. But
Yeah.
he told me basically the same things that you told me about the headset, and he reviewed it on the channel, and they were pretty much aligned with what you said about them. The weight is a little bit off-putting, but the sound quality is
Bar none.
pretty much bar none. He said he can tell a bit of a difference over the HPA2. He didn't say it was astronomical, like jumping from say X11s to HPA2, or I think he had the Triton AX 720s. But when he joined,
And that's exactly what you said though too, Doc.
Yeah.
yeah,
Because they weren't astronomically better than the HPA2s, but you still saw that they had that bit of upside that you liked over the HPA2s.
Exactly. And one thing people need to realize, like my hearing and how I deal with headsets is quite different than a lot of people. My dad owned a recording studio in Calgary, where I live, for many, 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 many years, and I was always there. And he always had really high tech studio headsets. So, and I was always in tune with how things should sound. So, having a dad that's always got some crazy good stereo equipment and car stereos and all that sort of stuff, I was brought up to have a more keen sense to how things should sound and what is high quality sound. So I think that kind of puts me at a good spot to be a decent reviewer.
Right, and you have the background, and you have 15,000 headsets at your house, so I think you could give it a fair shake. So what about, are you going to review, this is what I want to know, are you going to review the Turtle Beach PX5s? Is that what they're called?
Yeah, I don't know if I could justify buying them. Sure, if somebody wants to send them my way to give a review, I'll certainly do it. But here's my thing: 5.1 true surround sound headsets are always, for me, going to be better for video games than simulated surround sound.
Are the PX5 simulated?
Yes, they're simulated.
Yeah.
So it's essentially, one thing I explained in the review vid I did for the Carbons is there's no sound processing. They're not taking a sound and trying to mimic how it should sound in a room. Essentially, what you hear in the headset is exactly what you're going to hear if you were in a room with a 5.1 surround sound set up all around you. Now, when you're talking simulated sounds, obviously they're going to get it close. Everybody seems to, for whatever reason or another, think that Astros are God's gift to Earth, but having used them and play with them significantly, a stereo headset like the Astros are doesn't stand up to the directionality and the 3D positioning of a 5.1 surround sound headset itself. And that's the big thing that competitive gamers and gamers as a whole need to understand when they're buying a headset. Are you buying a headset to listen to music? Okay, then get Sennheisers or Dre Beats that are, top end studio headsets. Are they going to be directionality headsets? No way. So the PX5s, or whatever they're called, has some really cool features. The first generation of that type of technology is probably not going to be the greatest. I would almost recommend getting second gen stuff, but it might be worth a check out to at least see how it's going to work. Stereo headsets, man, I don't know.
Yeah, I expected a lot more hubbub, actually, about that. I thought that there would be just ridiculous amounts of people buying that headset because of the ability to isolate and turn off sounds in the game. I've never used it. I'm not sure how good it works. I haven't done that much research.
Here's my issue with that. Let's say you want to remove a really loud, windy noise in a certain map that you're playing. So essentially, you wear the headset, you record what you want to remove, and now you plug that headset into your computer, and now you get this software that essentially turns it into a soundboard or an EQ board. So let's say you go and you remove that whole windy sound. Well, how many different decibels of sounds and range of sounds are in that same thing that could possibly be in a ton of other more important sounds that you're already looking for? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So you remove that high-end pitch of a wind or whatever. Well, now you've probably removed some of the sound that gunshots make. So,
yeah, and like I said, I'm not familiar with the extent of the technology or how good it works, and that's why I'd be interested to see somebody with an extensive background to review on something like that to see what actually works and what doesn't.
It's kind of like whenever you play a map, which is an MLG map, I know, but Kowloon, I would love just to have the rain sound taken completely out because it's so distracting. And the huge jet that flies overhead every 2.5 seconds.
Yeah, the jet's got to go.
Yeah,
exactly. Yeah. So those are, I guess, in theory, you're supposed to be able to take those sounds out of the game, and I guess it would work, but it just isn't. I don't know. For me, it doesn't.
Yeah, I think the biggest thing also
appeal.
was being able to boost the footstep noise.
That's true.
So I don't know. Like I said, I don't know how good that works, but they're like I said, I want to see a review. I want to see somebody with an extensive background do a review and really put them through the test. But I agree with you. The simulated surround sound headsets they can't touch the true 5.1 headsets. It's night and day. I went to a true surround sound headset and I will never use anything but that. It's so much.
I wish that I could use my true surround sound headset.
Yeah, see, I mean, putting that headset on, buying that headset was, probably the best thing that I did for my gaming, because being able to hear people climbing, being able to hear the reloads, especially in Black Ops, the reloads in this game are ridiculously loud. But being able to hear that and hear the exact direction that it's coming from in your ear, from a true 5.1 surround sound set, is
I just want to
invaluable.
pause on this, and I did a review on the HPA2s. I got the headset for free. I got the equipment for free to run it. I didn't pay a dime. Now, my review was because I truly liked the product. I thought it was beneficial for other gamers to know. And you bought that headset on my review, correct?
On your recommendation, yes.
So, yeah, straight there, people need to fucking shut the hell up.
Yeah, and how many people bought that headset just from you saying, "Hey, try these out"?
I don't get any money from the guy who sells that headset, and he's probably sold a fair
I would say
chunk
at least
of those
20.
headsets.
I would say at least 20 that I know of personally.
Yeah,
At least 20.
So
I bought one, but mine was broken.
yeah.
Shh, don't badmouth the HPAs.
Well, if you take them out the box right,
Yeah, you can't cut the
How
can't
you
cut the
take 'em
cord
out of
with
the box
scissors.
wrong?
You can't cut the cord with scissors and expect it to work.
Doesn't matter. I'm getting new ones. Don't matter.
Yeah. So I mean, I guess that's the only downside of these PC headset, the True 5.1, is that you have. I mean, if you're gonna go to a LAN event, you have to use an MLG event, right? You have to use the Astro A40 mix amp,
yeah,
which is
so
not.
that limits.
It just
the
saddens
headsets.
me.
Yeah, it's not. It's simulated, right?
Yep.
Yeah, so you're really. I mean, it's a brilliant marketing strategy for them. But
Yeah,
yeah,
Astro is like, yeah.
yeah, for sure.
It sucks because I have to buy one. I'm so disheartened by it.
Yeah.
Okay, well, we're approaching, I don't know, almost an hour, I think.
Yeah, we're at 47 minutes and 40 seconds.
Yeah, some people said they liked the link, some didn't, so we'll see what happens. You guys,
So
let us know.
before we end it up, make sure you subscribe on Podbean. And now this podcast will be available on iTunes, so you can pick it up there a lot more easily. You can simply just subscribe, download it every time a new one posts. And it helps us out because we know if you guys like it, if you don't like it, if we're not going to get any downloads, we'll probably still do it because we like doing it. But,
Yeah.
we definitely want to gauge the interest.
It's really just like recording a conversation that we have every day
Yeah.
Pretty much. So yeah.
with some directionality.
Yeah, thanks, Midget, for coming on and
Hey, no problem.
being
Thanks
our
for having
guest.
me, guys. I appreciate it.
Anytime. And like we said earlier, if you got PSN, you want to pick up scrims, hit him up. NB_Midget King, so he can get some time on the PS3. And if you have established team, and you're looking for a member, you'd be up for a tryout,
Hit me
right?
up. Yeah, definitely.
Okay.
Cool. Well,
Well, thanks for viewing. I'm out of here.
later, guys.